Suresham Mahesham Girisham Ganesham Suresham.
Hi friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. So we are going to begin our discussion on the Nakshatra number 21, which is the Uttara-Ashadha Nakshatra. This is just going to be an introductory video where we will try to understand the symbol associated with this nakshatra, the deity, the gods presiding on this nakshatra, and a brief idea about the nature and functioning of this nakshatra. And in the following videos, we will try to get into the depth of this particular nakshatra. So before we'll start our discussion, just a quick recap of all what we have studied so far. What we are trying to do is that we are trying to divide this whole zodiac into 27 equal parts known as the Nakshatras. Like the way I always say, you cannot rely on your reading only on the basis of the planets inhabiting or transiting these 12 zodiac signs, because behind each zodiac sign there is the energy of 3 different nakshatras. So not only a strong analysis or a strong hold on these nakshatras is going to give you a competitive edge in studying the behavior and the movement of the planets more accurately, but also these nakshatras are used in order to do the marriage compatibility, the business compatibility, and most importantly to take out the auspicious time for certain acts. Because one time, let's say for example, the time when moon is transiting any XYZ nakshatra, if that time is more suited for the business, for taking the oath or buying a home, that time might not be suitable for going for a marriage, going for a travel. So all of that you get to know only when you have a thorough understanding and a grip on these 27 nakshatras. So all of that we have already discussed in the introductory videos. Now we will start fresh on this 21st, the Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. So the first thing is about the zodiac space, the space which it occupies in the sky. So it occupies the space from 26 degree 40 minutes in Sagittarius, reaching till 10 degree of the Capricorn. When it comes to the astronomy configuration, because when it comes to only the zodiac space, all what we are getting to know is that the abstract is becoming more tangible. The hopes, the optimism is becoming now more practical over here in the Capricorn. In the Sagittarius, you know, the Sagittarius sign is more about having an idealistic wisdom, having an idealistic vision. But how to tailor make and how to mold that wisdom into the practicality, the daily practicality, the stability, you will get to know in this Capricorn and specifically in the Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra, because 1/4 of this nakshatra resides in the Sagittarius sign and 3/4 of this nakshatra resides in the Capricorn sign. When it comes to its astronomical configuration, so it constitutes of 4 stars known as the Sigma, Sagittarius, Tau, Sagittarius, Phi, Sagittarius, and Zeta, Sagittarius. Whenever sages they looked at the sky, they saw these 4 stars making the form of an elephant's tusk, which later on get associated as one of the symbol with this Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra, the elephant's tusk. And many legends also believe that these stars represents the celestial space where the godly powers or the gods resided after gaining permanent victory over the demonic forces. So this is about its astronomical configuration, which constitutes of the 4 stars. When it comes to its planetary rulership, that goes to the planet Sun. Now what do we get to know from the Sun? Because this nakshatra is manifesting the peak, the summit of the sun's or the solar energy. Sun, which is about the authority, which is about the leadership, which is about the ethics, which is about more about your soul, you know, the innate nature. So all of those qualities you will find inherent and manifesting at its peak in this Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. This nakshatra has a lot to do with the leadership qualities. These people remain very much intolerant towards any kind of deceptive influence, towards any kinds of unethics or unrighteousness. When it comes to the power, because each nakshatra has got its own power. This nakshatra has got the Aparadh, Risya, Shakti. Now this Aparadh, Risya, Shakti means power to give permanent victory, the unchallengeable victory. Because even the previous nakshatra, the Purvashadha, was also about the victory, about the invincibility. But here it is getting more secure, it is becoming more stable, it is becoming more permanent. So, Aparadhrishya Shakti is the power of this Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra when it comes to its indication. So, this nakshatra is seen as the universal star. When it comes to understanding the meaning of the name, the Uttara-Ashadha, so it's very simple. It is seen as a pair with its predecessor, the Purvashadha nakshatra. So its name can be translated as the latter conquered one or the latter invincible one. So one thing which is very much sure from the name itself is that this name is just telling about getting a permanent victory. See, it's very simple. The people who were born, the prominent names of the world, who were born with the strong Uttara-Ashadha influence. Swami Vivekananda was born with his ascendant in the Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. The Abraham Lincoln was born with his natal moon in the Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. Martin Luther King was born with his sun in the Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. Even the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi was born with his son in the Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. So this nakshatra has lot to do with fighting for the truth, fighting for the justice, abiding and sticking to the righteousness. So all of that you will find inherent in someone who will be strongly under the influence of the Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. So this was about the name. And when it comes to the symbol associated with this nakshatra, so we have already discussed that an elephant's tusk has been associated as one of the symbol with this Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. Now if you will get into the psyche of the animal kingdom, of even of the elephants, so what happens is that generally basis the anatomy, it gets decided that who is going to be the leader. And when it comes to anatomy or the body, specifically even amongst the elephants, the tusk remains to be a strong benchmark. So what do you get to know from that? So first thing which we get to know from that is that the elephant tusk has also to do a lot with the leadership, with the responsibility, because even the king of the gods, the Lord Indra, was being associated with his vehicle as the Eravat the elephant. So responsibility, the leadership qualities you will find inherent in this Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra, which you get to know from one of the symbol associated with it, which is of an elephant's tusk. Many scholars also associate the planks of a bed as the associated symbol with this nakshatra, which also tells about the place to rest, the place of peace. When it comes to the deity associated with this nakshatra, so the Vishwa Devas has been assigned as a presiding deity of this nakshatra. And like the way I always say, you get to know a lot about any nakshatra from the deity, the god presiding on that nakshatra. All what you need to do is that you need to ponder around, you need to contemplate on the innate nature of that particular god, of that particular deity. So when it comes to Vishwa Devas, see, they can be translated as Vishwa, which can be seen as the universe or the universal, and Deva, which can be translated as the gods. So the universal gods, they are 10 in numbers, and they can be translated, their name can be translated in as the goodness, truth, willpower, skill, time, desire, firmness, ancestors, brightness, and peak. So now these are the 10 qualities which you can see, or let's say for example the 10 names of the Vishwa Devas can be translated as these 10. So because if you'll go by the scriptures, so the name associated with these or the 10 Vishwa Devas are Kratru, Kama, Kala, Dhriti, Kuru. So those names you might find difficult to embrace or to understand. So as a beginner, just reciting and depending on these 10 virtues only is going to give you a strong edge in understanding the behavior of this nakshatra. So this nakshatra, its qualities can be looked at from the perspective that they just represent and encompasses all the goodness, all the benign qualities which is present in the universe. And this nakshatra also encompasses all the qualities of its previous or the predecessor nakshatras, because see, goodness can be associated with the Ashwini Nakshatra, Punarvasu or the Pusha Nakshatra. So you are also finding the traits of the traces of the goodness in this nakshatra. Truth can be associated with the Uttara Falguni, which you are finding inherent in this nakshatra. The willpower can be associated with the Ardra or the Kritika, which you are finding inherent in this nakshatra. The skill can be seen from the Hasta or the Chitra. Even the presiding deity is seen as the Daksha, one of the 10 universal god. The ritual skill you will find inherent in this nakshatra. The time can be associated with the Hasta nakshatra. The desire with the Bharani, firmness with the Jyeshtha, Vishakha, ancestors with the Magha, the brightness again with the Rohini, and peak with the Mula. So in a nutshell, these 10 gods just infuses all the goodnesses, all the benevolent, all the strong ethics as their inherent qualities in the functioning of this Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. Someone who will be strongly under the influence of this Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. The another deity associated with this nakshatra is Lord Ganesha. Now Lord Ganesha, which is seen as a remover of obstacles, Lord Ganesha has the boon that he will be worshipped first before any god. So that also is telling a lot about this nakshatra's qualities of giving the victory, that no matter how much troubles, how much adversities you are going to face in the early part of the life, in the later part you are going to get success for sure. When it comes to understanding the nature and functioning of this nakshatra, so the behavior and the nature of this nakshatra gets encompassed to the qualities of the strong ethics with the truthfulness. These people, possess strong virtues, and they are being seen and they get valued for their advice in the society. These people have very intolerant attitude towards any kind of a deceptive influence, towards any kind of unrighteousness, just because of their quality of leadership, their quality of strongly associating and relating to the people. They can also become leaders in the society. So all these qualities you will find inherent in this Uttara-Ashadha nakshatra. This was just an introductory video. In the following videos, we will try to get into the core of understanding the behavior and nature of this nakshatra. So I hope you guys found this video informational. For further more updates and notification on astrology, please subscribe my channel and like my Facebook page. Thanks.
चिदानन्दरूपा शिवो